The stuff I do for you people. People ask me, why haven't I made my top 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 movies of all time? Well, because that's hard. I narrowed it down to 20. Now, I do have some honorable mentions. And how I've done my favorite films of all time is the ones that I revisit the most, the ones that I listen to the soundtrack the most, the ones that I think about the most, and just the ones that have impacted me the most. So, I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to make sure that I do have 20 plus my honorable mentions. Okay, I have 20 plus my 3 honorable mentions. I would have more, but there's just films that I love equally, and there's just some that I can't really sum up into my top favorites of all time. Like for instance, stuff like, I don't know, Mean Girls, American Pie, Pulp Fiction. Those don't round up into my top 20 favorite films of all time, and I don't want to make this like a 30-minute long video, so let's get right into it. We have 3 honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is one of my favorite musicals of all time, and it is Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, Alan Rickman, and Timothy Spall, along with Sacha Baron Cohen, Sweeney Todd and the Demon Barber Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. I listen to this soundtrack all the time. I have this on my phone. I have it. I love it. I love it. I even bought... Here's how much I love it. I bought it like this. Okay? I bought it like this. I bought it again so I could have this cool bomb-ass slipcover, because that was awesome. And this is only a 1-discer. Fine. I had no clue that there was a 2-disc set with this very awesome slipcover that has a bunch of like blades on it and blood and other garbage. But it comes with a buttload of special features. I am really excited that I get the making of it. I get the history of the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, designs of the Demon Barber, movie phone, everything. This thing is amazing. I haven't watched all the special features yet, but I am going to really, really soon. And these are 2 that I just bought that I love them. They are in my top 25 to 30. Well, 20 to 30. I'm going to have to watch them a couple more times. I do love these movies. And by the way, all of these movies, I do give at least an A+ to an A. No A- in here. And we're going with St. Elmo's Fire. I have not seen About Last Night yet. That is going to be one of my next movies after I watch the Disney movie The Wild later on tonight. I am going to watch that one, and I am looking forward to it. Stand By Me. Stand By Me is a film that I just adored. I adored it the first time I watched it. It came in the Stephen King 6-pack that I got from the library, and I'm like, oh, okay, this one is just going to be, okay, whatever, blah, kids being, friends going and finding a dead body. No, that's not what it is. This one is emotional, it's funny, it's heartbreaking, it is amazing. Now we go on to number 20. You're going to disagree with a lot of these films. Now, I am not one of the guys who says, where's The Godfather? Where's Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Where's The Shining? But believe me, I do own The Shining. I'm only counting the films that I actually have a physical copy of, also. Because I love the Long Long trailer with Lucille Ball. I love The Shining. I love the new Aladdin. I love the new Aladdin. And I love a bunch of films, but still, I'm not going to be one of those guys who says, oh, it's one of my favorite films of all time, but I don't own it. So I only counted the ones that I own. We're going to go with number 20, Beauty and the Beast, the original animated Disney classic. I love the remake also. I do love the original Beauty and the Beast. This is an amazing movie right here. One that I popped in on VHS, no less, many a time. Many a time. I can still remember all the songs going around in my head. It makes me want to watch it. And I am so glad that I have the slipcover with it, because with a Disney film, I kind of feel like I want to have the slipcover if it has one. And this is one of the few times I actually shelled out the $20 for it. I actually just shelled out the $20 and says here, you can have my money. Beauty and the Beast is a freaking classic. 19 is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is just one of the funniest films I've ever seen. It is funny. It is romantic. It is... Funny isn't the word for it. It is flat out hilarious. You got Brie Larson singing in here. Michael Cera. Michael Cera is one of those actors who was on the top of the freaking world between like 2006 to 2011. He had movie after movie after movie until he got to Year One. Year One is what really crapped on him. Then he did Children's Hospital, I believe, on Adult Swim, and that's what really drowned him, I think. But I loved it. But now he's doing really, really good. He's done roles. He was in How to Be a Latin Lover. He does a lot of indie stuff, but he also does a lot of stage plays also. And I believe that he is a Tony-nominated actor. Singing in the Rain. Number 18 is Singing in the Rain. I can pop this one anytime, and it can put a smile on my face. With a happy refrain, I'm singing in the roo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Da-da-da-da-da. Watching this one just makes me happy. Makes me want to just sit down and watch the whole thing again. Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds, along with Donald O'Connor, the greatest ensemble song of all time is Good Morning. 17 is Billy Madison. Billy Madison is one of those films, I know it's very stupid and not really Oscar quality, but this is one of my most watched films of all time. I've watched this film plenty of times, and I laugh every single time. I'll tell you who took those lunches. That damn Sasquatch. Teddy Jr.? I mean, this is just one of my favorite films. Adam Sandler kills me with this one. Bridget Wilson is really good. Darren McGavin's really awesome. On to two musicals again. I'm a big fan of musicals. What can I say? I love musicals. Number 16, The Wizard of Oz. It's one of the greatest films of all time for a reason. I've watched this multiple times. Every single time I go to my grandma's. This is a film that she just puts on, and I'll sit there and watch it 16 times. I don't care. I will literally sit there on the couch and watch The Wizard of Oz 2 to 3 times a week for the rest of my life, if need be. If this is a case where I have to grab a movie, like 100 movies from my collection that I can only take with me, The Wizard of Oz is one of those. It's just amazing. 15 is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, another amazing movie. Anytime it's on television, I definitely have to sit down and at least watch most of it. I don't have a problem with this film. All of the songs are amazing. Gene Wilder is truly awesome. Love it. 14 is one of my favorite comedies of all time. And it's Hot Tub Time Machine. Hot Tub Time Machine is one of those movies that I can pop in when I'm just having a bad day, or if I just want to have a real good, strong, hard laugh. This is one of them. I love this movie. Rob Corddry kills me in this thing. John Cusack is great. Craig Robinson, Clark Duke. Clark Duke is one of those actors who's really underrated. He's done a lot of amazing movies. 13 is Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire, the first hour and 15 minutes is one of the greatest hour and 15 minutes in film history. Or so. I love this film still, but this is not one of the greatest films ever made. This is a really funny movie that is a family-oriented film that could have been rated PG, but PG-13 was really starting to get really big in 93 from what I heard. I wasn't around back then, but still. Next up, we have Fast Times at Ridgemont High, of course, Spicoli. Hey, dude, that's party. I mean, come on. Why not? Why the hell not? There's that. Friends with Benefits. Come on now. Friends with Benefits is a really good movie. I enjoy Friends with Benefits. We need to really speed this up. George of the Jungle, one of my favorite Disney films. I pop this film in every single couple, once at least every 2 or 3 months, and I laugh to no end. A Christmas Story, the greatest Christmas film of all time. I love this film. I watch it at least 4 or 5 times every single Christmas, and I pop this one in almost monthly because this is one of my favorite films of all time. Elf. Elf is a hilarious Christmas family comedy that I love. I remember we were inside of Walmart when I was like 5, and my dad asked me, would I like to watch Elf? We had never seen it. I got the VHS. I still have the VHS downstairs. And I love Elf. I love it to death. Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber is one of those comedies that I pop in almost every single month because it's one of the most hilarious movies ever made for a reason. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are comedic geniuses, and I love them for it. Aladdin. Aladdin is where it's at. Aladdin is the better Aladdin movie, but I'm not going to say that. No, I'm sorry. This is my favorite Disney movie of all time. Animated, live action, whatever. My favorite Disney movie of all time is Aladdin. We're down to the top 5. We got 2 musicals, and here we go. Well, 2 musicals left, and I flip-flop this one around all the time. Number 5 is La La Land. La La Land is my second favorite musical of all time. One of the greatest films ever made. The romance is believable. The music is freaking fantastic. The acting is top-notch. And it's a real-life relationship. These are not professionally trained stage and musical actors. You can tell that Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone aren't always on pitch. But still, they aren't supposed to be. This is supposed to be a near-realistic story, and I love La La Land. Don John. It's pretty much a movie about this guy who was addicted to porn, and he's trying to stop because his girlfriend, who's played by Scarlett Johansson, tells him to stop, or else the relationship is over. And he's trying to make her happy, but he is also secretly watching porn at the same time. This is a great movie, a very good romantic comedy, one of the most perfect films I have ever seen, and no, this is not a pornographic film. This is a smart, genuine, very heartfelt comedy if you watch it all the way through. Now, if you just watch this and say it's a porno, it's not a porno. You didn't get the point of the story. Number 3 is The Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor of all time. My favorite actor of all time. I don't care who else you put in front of him. He's made good film after amazing film after amazing film, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him and and Margot Robbie team up once again for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Quentin Tarantino. Number 2, my favorite musical of all time is The Greatest Showman. I saw this many and many a time in the theater, and I love this film to death. And of course, my favorite film of all time, we all know this, it's The Breakfast Club, and a little movie called The Breakfast Club, and another little movie called The Breakfast Club on DVD again, and then the Blu-ray of The Breakfast Club. I even own it on VHS. I love it so much, and I even put it in this respective Blu-ray sleeve here. I love The Breakfast Club. It's one of my... it is my favorite film of all time. When I'm in a bad mood, if I just pop this in, and I go to the lunch scene, I die. And this is such a heartbreaking movie. It's hilarious. It's true. And it's just an all-around amazing movie. There is the top 20 favorite films of all time video that you guys have been asking for. You guys got a shitload of reviews coming. You got like 9 or 10 reviews coming. You got a lot more coming up. If you guys want me to make this list again, once we get to January, I will. I left out some of my honorable mentions because you guys want me to do a top 50. I don't know how I'm going to do a top 50. Doing a top 20 was hard enough. But there you go. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you watched it all, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what your top 5 favorite films of all time are. And if you have seen any of these, do any of these rank in yours. And if you think that The Breakfast Club, La La Land, Wolf of Wall Street, Aladdin, if you think that any of these films in here are just abysmal pieces of garbage, tell me in the comments below. I don't care. I am not going to be offended if well, I will be offended if you hate La La Land, pretty much just La La Land. La La Land and The Breakfast Club are my babies. I mean, those are truly amazing movies to me. Nothing is wrong with them, and La La Land should have won Best Picture. Anyways, there is the whole entire video, and I will see you guys next time.